Previously, I bought this abandoned Vauxhall Corsa from Facebook Marketplace, and I managed to negotiate the price down to £350. And the car's got a lot of issues which I attempted to fix and flip it for a profit. So the first issue was the car had a coolant leak, and when I went to see the car, it had no coolant in it. So after investigating, the car was leaking coolant from the thermostat. So I bought a new thermostat and replaced it, and that solved the coolant leak. The next issue was the wheel bearing was making an absolute racket. So I replaced the wheel bearing, and that solved the issue. So the brakes are squeaking like crazy, and I bought some new Brembo brake pads. But after I took the wheel off, I realised there's a lot of brake pad left. So I gave the brake pad and guides a good clean and used some copper grease, and the squeaking went away. The car had a horrible knock from the front end, so I changed both the drop links. The seats were also filthy, so I gave them a wet vac. And this is how the seat turned out after the wet vac, as good as new. The car was misfiring and it had a fault code for the mass airflow sensor, so I replaced it with a new one. The EVAC solenoid was also making a racket, so I replaced it as well. So I thought I fixed the misfire, but I haven't. I've changed the mass airflow sensor, I've changed the EVAC solenoid. I've also bought some new spark plugs, I put them in. The car still has a slight misfire on idle, and I swapped over the coil pack from my mum's car into this car. It still had the same thing. And I put this coil pack from this car into my mum's car. My mum's car ran fine. So it's not the coil pack, it's not the mass airflow sensor. So it must be something else, and it's not the spark plugs. The first thing I did was get the spark plugs to the manufacturer's spec. So I done a quick search online, and it says that the spark plug gap is 7mm. So I then gapped the spark plugs to 7mm. So now I've gapped all the spark plugs to 0.7. So let's get them back in and see if this fixes it. But before I put the spark plugs in, let's clean the throttle body. So let's get these clamps off and give the throttle body a good clean. Right guys, I'm gonna need some help, my little brother or cousin, to press down the accelerator. All right, Alex or Andrew? Alex or Andrew? I need one of you to press down the gas pedal a second. So whoever wants to do it. You know which one's the gas pedal, right? All right, so you're not gonna start it. I'm just putting the ignition on and just press it right there. Don't press it yet. And I'll tell you when to press it. All right, press it now. Yeah, all right, keep it pressed, yeah? All right, don't let it go now, yeah? Keep it pressed, do not let it go because you chop off my finger. Now I'm just giving the throttle body a good clean to just make sure that that's not causing the misfire idle. So the throttle body's now clean. Let's put this pipe back on and start the car and see if that fixes it. And then after, we're gonna put the gap spark plugs in. So now I'm just putting the boost pipe back on, so fingers crossed this does something. So cleaning the throttle body actually made a difference. It feels a bit smoother, but let's put these new spark plugs in, gaps to the correct gap in, and see if that fixes it, because they were in there before and it didn't really make a difference, but at the correct gap in it might make a difference, so let's see. The first thing to do is to remove the coil pack. Now the coil pack is removed, let's remove the spark plugs. So I got the new spark plugs out, and this was the state of them. I don't think they're that bad, to be honest, but let's put the new ones in, that's gaps. Let's get the new spark plugs in and hopefully it makes a difference. So the new spark plugs are now in, and the coil pack. Let's start the car and see if I fixed it or not. The moment of truth, let's see what's going on, man. I don't want to say anything too soon. I'm waiting for the revs to drop. For some reason it feels a lot better, but it still has a slight misfire, but it does feel better. So the car feels a lot better, but it still has a slight misfire. It's not how I want it to feel. So I'm going to try my mum's coil pack again and see if that improves it. And if that improves it, then I'll get a new coil pack and that should be it. But last time it didn't improve it though. All right, let's try this and put this one in. Start the car up. It actually feels all right. There's like a little slight misfire still. So the next thing to do to just eliminate, I bought a new EVAC solenoid second hand, but I don't know if that one is causing the misfire or not. So I'm going to put the old one back on and just see if it does. If it doesn't, then I'll just put the new one back on, but we got to see what's causing this issue. Now I'm swapping the EVAC solenoid back to the old one to see if that makes a difference. And I've plugged in my diagnostic tool multiple times and there's no fault codes. The only code was the mass airflow sensor, but I've already changed that. All right, so the old EVAC is now in. Let's start the car again and see what's going on. Oh my god. Alright. So, car started. Runs the same, so I'm gonna put the new EVAC solenoid back on that I did buy second hand. The Misfire is not bad, and my friend has a car just like this, and it says his does the same thing at idle. It just has like a little misfire. It's not a bad misfire, it's not bad at all. Like a regular person would not notice it, but it's just a bit annoying to me because I can notice it. But he says his car does it. But it actually runs really smooth, but it's just like a tiny misfire, so I've put everything back together and I've put my mom's core pack back in her car. Right, we're going for a drive. I got my seatbelt on, by the way, but the microphone is getting covered. But we're gonna go for a drive and see how the car drives. Oh, you hear the little tsh, but you don't really hear it building any boost though. So you can hear it. You can hear it goes, but this car's hardly boosting. Obviously it drives how it's meant to drive, but you could tell it's not running a lot of boost. It's not relying on the turbo. But the car doesn't misfire like while driving, like it doesn't misfire. It's just like little tiny misfires when it's idle. And at this point I've noticed that I may have fixed the car at the traffic light. I mean, so far so good, it feels really good right now. So maybe it just needed a drive, to be honest, but it actually feels alright now. So maybe I should have given it a drive before I done all of that, but it's not misfiring right now, which is great. And we're idling, so. So I had an open air filter and I put it on the car and we've just gone for a drive to see what it sounds like. Oh, that sounded good then. Yeah, not bad. That's actually so bloody funny, man. I've gone for a good little drive and the car feels pretty good so far, to be honest. Does it feel faster now than last time? Which one's faster, this one or the huh? The blue one's faster? Yeah, not gonna lie, the blue one is faster. This one takes like time to get up to speed, innit? I've just got back after the drive and so far the car seems to be idling really good. It's not misfiring anymore, so maybe it was just the new spark plugs needed gapping and that's it. So the car's running sweet now. So thank God I goddamn fixed it. I don't know how whatever I did fixed it. So I've changed the mass airflow sensor. I've changed the spark plugs as well. I've also gapped the spark plugs. I cleaned the throttle body and now the car is not misfiring. So yes, guys, thank God it bloody fixed it. I'm guessing what was causing it, maybe it was the throttle body was a bit dirty, maybe, and also me gapping the spark plugs, but for some reason the car seems to run really well now, so I'm glad I fixed it. In the afternoon, I had a viewing on the Insignia and 3 guys came to see the car and was trying to lowball me. Yeah. 1,900. Nah, two grand is it? Oh my God, please don't crash the car, bro. So these 3 guys are trying to lowball me on a car that I'm selling on Facebook Marketplace. Negotiate the price. I told you the price already. I said £2,000. You're okay with 1,800, I can take it. I can't do that. Yeah. 2,000 is what I could do. After that we have one mechanic. There's nothing wrong with the car, bro. I don't have time for this. Yeah. £2,000 the price. You already spent 5 minutes talking about it. Yeah, okay. There's no issues with the car. You could drive it as long as you want. Do you know what I mean? There's no problems. Now it's time to go on the test drive, so I check his driving license. You got driving license? Oh, yeah. Okay. I want the right lane. Right lane, yeah. The right lane on the right. Man, you're making me nervous, bro. Right lane. Can you actually drive, bro? The right lane. Oh my God, please don't crash the car, bro. At this point, I was so scared that the guy was going to crash the car. He must have just passed his driving test. Yeah, come on. Two grand is it, bro. 2 grand is it. 2,000 is what I can do, man. You lot could have just wasted your time coming here. You knew the price of the car. So we've been going back and forth about the price for about an hour now. 1,900. No, I can't do that. At this point, they're having a meeting. They've been chatting for like 5-6 minutes, and I don't know if they're going to buy the car or not. I think I hear some noise. There's nothing wrong with the car, bro. I'm not trying to waste my time, so if you don't want it, you could just go, and I could just go home, man. I don't have time to waste, bro. Right, so you said 1950, yeah?
Yeah.
1950, and you take it, yeah? Bank transfer or what? How are you gonna do? How are you gonna transfer it? So at this point, I'm tired of negotiating. I just accept £1,950. I've hardly made any profit for it, considering I paid £1,800 for the car. But it's my fault. I paid too much money for the car, and I've had the Insignia for about 2.5 weeks. So I'm just happy to get rid of it at this point. Car is now gone, guys.